Yep. Fuck. Penis. Ah. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Now I'm yawning like a fucking madman all of a sudden. Jesus Christ. Ugh. God damn. Damn. Cannot stop fucking yawning now all of a sudden. Jesus Christ. I'm sure this will help. If this wasn't fucking clogged, that'll be helpful. Fucker, come on. There we go. Talking to Ignore Leahy SKMC. What's up, dude? Bong grips for Jesus. Bong grips for Jesus. I tell you what. Dude, looks little some ventures and shit. I'm taking from earlier now. Kind of like swung by a deficit. Got safe my phone stand was there, and the dude that was working there. I actually didn't realize he worked there, but he also said the bartender that night. There was like literally 2 other people there, and I asked, I was like, hey, I was here last Friday, and I might have left my phone stand here. Did Sean happen to put it back here or something like that? And he didn't really look, not that much at least. He just kind of looked behind, and it's like, looked around a little bit, in the back counter area where the front bar was, and it's like, I don't see anything. I'm just like, no worries. I probably left it in like my car or something like that, or I can ask Sean just to double check because maybe he, saw it and put it like somewhere where nobody will fuck with it or something. And it's just like, all right, yeah, probably. I didn't know anything about it, so I just figured, whatever. I'm not gonna, make his probably an early night, more annoying, having to look for something random. This is the car of the Ignore Industrial Complex. Well, I mean that by my, the one that my dad drives usually, because he dropped my mom off and grabbed like the cakes and a few other things, for Friday, and it was just like my phone and then a few other things that I had to pick up. So which I got everything but that phone stand. So I at least found a few other things that could kind of help make this a little more stable. So that's good at least. At least this was said that they were, they did have like some positions open, but they were just like, saying it's like, well, let us know when get that permit stuff worked out, and I'm just like, works out for me. And so I just gotta let them know, then they can give me an app and stuff because they can't really do it unless I already have the permit, So, which obviously totally understandable. It's like, fair enough. They just said to get back to them, so I'm like, cool, fair enough. So at least I know there's at least some outlets for me at the moment, but it's just like, fuck, dude, I am just just so done. I'm gonna be a little bit more exploreful about that tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, just because. Did he have a boy discount? 7-Eleven? Nah. I wouldn't really want to work there, to be honest. Oh, I mean, it's okay, but if I'm just like literally the only person or some shit, nah, I'd rather at least, have a buddy with me or something. I suppose I could kind of like do whatever the fuck I want when it comes to music, as long as I get the shit done and stuff like that, right? But, eh, eh. Pop Murphs. That's an option. I know they closed at like 9 or 10 or some shit. So, I mean, all in all, that wouldn't really be a big deal. I don't know if they do tips or not, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do. I'll have to go over there and ask because I didn't swing by over there, but maybe a spot. Will this be maybe something in the meantime? Because all I have to do is just make pizzas. I don't even have to cook them. Pretty simple. So, work at Domino's. I mean, I guess I could, but I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to at least, kind of branch off a little bit if I'm going to be, doing something different. So I'll figure out. But I know this, I know for sure, like, this next, like, couple months, like, it's, fuck. The problem is that, like, if all these other things, like some trips and all this other shit, like, it's like the problem is, like, I still need, like, that fucking at least consistency and making sure that's guaranteed, when it comes to income and stuff. And if I switch shit up, there's not an inherent guarantee that maybe that next job sticks, permanently, or at least for a while. So fuck. It's one of those things where I kind of need to like really consider it for now. But I know is for sure if I, especially if I could get like a bunch of my other coworkers to kind of get a guaranteed fucking out or something, then I'd be like, all right, let's do it. As well as talking to some of them earlier today too, and just kind of giving them the scuttlebutt about everything, and even they were thought it was kind of some bullshit. It's like because they're just saying like, well, look, just kind of mind your shit and stuff with the breaks or whatever. It's like, and I was telling them, it's like, look, it's not even like I'm not doing that. And also I was saying, it's like, look, I know even for some of you guys, like I ain't throwing no one a bus. I'm not saying names, but it's like I know that other people do this shit too. Well, it seems like a manager wants to go regardless. And the thing is, it's not my department manager. She actually likes me, but she's on vacation too, by the way. That's another thing too on top of all this is that she's doing the shit while my department manager's on vacation. So, yay. So I can't even really have her, like be, kind of back me up and shit. Or any of this. So it's like, I mean, it's pretty much like every time they, want to throw me in the office or whatever for some bullshit, it's always going to be like, the worst possible, convenience. And I even showed up back around like 10 just to grab a brewski and some tea and a little bit of food. Like they were still over there, like by like 10:20. Like I went to like Dovey's around like right at 9. I stuck there for like an hour just to have a drink, and I was listening to a little bit of stuff from the DNC speeches today, mostly Sean Faye's speech, and then Biden's. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but yeah, like I was mainly listening to those two because those are kind of the ones I wanted to kind of tune into. And after that, just walked back and went over there, and I still saw them there. I'm just like, you guys are still here, but they wouldn't be if they didn't get fucked. When it comes to me being gone. Here's some more economic policy. That's good, at least. I don't know if you listened to any of the speeches that were made. There was like a lot of speeches today, apparently. Like I know Sean Fain did his thing. It was AOC right after him, and then I think it was like Hillary Clinton too. Funny enough, right after AOC. And then it was like Biden, and then it was Joe Biden, and then Ashley Biden, and then Biden. Or like they had like a shitload of fucking like shit. Like when it came to that. If I click that, it's gonna like stop the stream, right? I can't exactly click that right now. To underspeak? I don't think so. He was there, by the way. Yeah, he was. Like, I don't know if he actually spoke or not. Streamlab's still broken. Well, it's still a little finicky for right now. I mean, like, I'm sure I could probably fickle fuck with it, but I don't want to, like, Fuck, you know what? I'm gonna try this. What would this do? Let's see. Oh. No, come on. Oh, wait. If I can't open YouTube and YouTube at the same time. God damn, I was about to be like, wait a minute, let's try to figure this out, and I realized I can't do that in the same fuck. Shit. I was about to be like, wait a minute, but I realized I can't open up the same app while running the fucking app. I thought I had some cooking there for a sec. I was wait, let me cook for a minute. Maybe I could split screen and stream, but I can't do that with the same app. I thought I was cooking for a second. I thought I was about to cook there for a minute. God damn it. Boo. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if you were listening to some of the stuff at the DNC. It doesn't sound like you tuned into it too much, but I know at least like I will say this, at least for Sean Fain, like between the two Seans that made their speeches, like I would say that Sean Fain definitely was better about it, like or at least did a better speech, arguably. Because his was really good. Like he emphasize, saying working class, specifically more so than just like, the middle class people and blah, 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 shit like that. And straight up, honestly, like so much of like the implicit shit that he says like all the fucking time is just straight up like some socialist fucking stuff, just straight up. Like I'm kind of convinced that he is like deep down like actually a socialist, like a full fucking leftist. He's just one of those more tactful ones about it, where he knows how to keep it to his chest. And like for him to just kind of like leap up to be able to like, be on the major stage like that for, to basically, push this whole fucking pro labor message and shit. It's, it's been kind of like a little union summer a little bit. I'm kind of liking it. Like Teamsters, had their, guy at the RNC, and then, Sean Fain with like a fuckload of other unions that he's been galvanizing support with has been, like joined up here. So like both parties in one way, shape, or form recognize they kind of have to use unions in some way, shape, or form, whether for nefarious purposes or not. They have to use them in some way to help kind of galvanize some sort of a voting base. Whether right, left, center, or whatever. If it's blue collar, they'll, they might get a vote out of that. And that's, so they're trying to like, that's why they've been doing that lately. That's why O'Brien probably went to the RNC, because he recognized that like if they want to win something, then they have to give me something, and I'm gonna put a speech out there for work people and shit. And Sean Fain's doing the exact same fucking thing. He's just doing it, on the DNC stage instead. And I think, like all in all, it's good fucking shit, especially with him. Like he's really galvanizing and organizing a lot, for 2028 especially, and that's what I'm really excited for, because that shit's gonna be fucking dope. Because if Harris wins, then if the May Day general strike happens in 2028, because his administration will be, going on, during that time. Kamala Harris's administration. So honestly, I kind of find it interesting that the Democrats are willing to like butter up with Sean Fain so much, knowing that he's building this. I kind of find that really interesting. Because he's very unapologetic about it. Like, he don't give a fuck. I kind of wanted to listen to AOC's speech, but I didn't really, tune into that. But I did at least I did kind of check out Biden's a little bit, and oh my god, it was just so fucking lame. It was meant to be kind of like a farewell, like final token, like hurrah, Jack, thing. But oh my god, he meandered for way too long and just kept going on the issues that just like weren't great. It's like, oh, that Trump, he's always trying to speak lies on the border. Well, you didn't know that I try to make the strongest bipartisan bill, for the border. And it's like, yeah, stronger anti-immigration policies will return people away. Do not come, and all this other bullshit. Yeah, good idea to fucking, just like, flex that like it means something worth a shit. I mean, it's like, I can at least maybe, partially, I mean, not for the border aspect of things, but at least for like the labor side of things, maybe, give Kamala a pass for now, just because she doesn't have the stain of like, fucking stabbing railroad workers in the back. Yeah, at least when it comes to, with Biden. So he does, as much as he's like a pro-labor union blue collar Scranton motherfucker, he never, has really seemed to flex it outside of that one time he kind of virtue signal walking the line that the UAW wants. And then, like, beyond that, it's pretty much really about it. I mean, Kamala so far seems like she's galvanized enough support around it to where at least means it's definitely more than me, so far. With Tim Walz and then, having Sean Fain up there and, amongst everything else. So Biden didn't pull uppercut and steal back nomination like Trump claimed. Dude, I didn't see it, but apparently at the very beginning of everything, when he was getting a standing ovation before he even got up there, he was crying a little bit. It's like, look, I want to thank everyone. It's like, I put, the strongest little element of me, Jack, forward. And, dude, he also had dude, oh my God, he had a flub of flubs, too. Like, he's like, no, we want to gain electoral, but electrical, he literally did that and just went, never. Anyway. And everyone laughed. And honestly, I think that was the first time in a long time where people actually I think ever, that just straight laughed at his face on it. And I think a lot of that is because we're finally free to laugh and gawk at, this old fucking mummy, because we're not like shitting our pants hoping that, that guy is going to beat Trump. Well, thank fuck we don't have to worry about that anymore. So now we're all like, so now we're pretty much all like, heh, demented old bastard, get off stage. Boomerang's gonna do now. Well, near the end of the speech, he says something about like, not gonna be one of the strongest Tim Walz volunteers in this election. Something like that. He was mumbling his way through everything. Just like, oh my God, dude. It's just like, what the fuck, bro? I'm just hoping that, like, we'll see what Kamala has to offer for her little speech on the fourth day. Because I think that's where some of that shit would, kind of pop a little. Maybe. What if Biden releases a 5-year plan for when he leaves office? I wouldn't be surprised, like, maybe as like a... Honestly, I wouldn't really be surprised to be like, hey, Kamala, here's my 5-year plan to help run the country or something. There you go. I'm going to win back my old Senate seat, Jack. We're going to go take it back one more time. We're going to go in there and gonna revive the old Senate back the way it ought to used to be, Jack. Gonna make sure we can get them separate buses again. Oh, so I was also kind of checking out some of the things with like the protesters too, and apparently there's like already shocker psyops, that the right are trying to do too as well, from what I understand, because there's like kind of a known like right wing Nazi weirdo fuckball that straight up is like Jack Posobiec that straight up is like he tried to hide his face with a keffiyeh like wrapped around his head and was trying to interview random protesters by pretty much framing things obviously in a way that's supposed to make him look bad. The stereotypical bullshit. That right wingers love to do. And but he pretty much got immediately ousted and kind of called out and trolled immensely too. And also, I've been noticing that I don't know what it is, but what is with these right wingers that are wearing the freak on the sleeve? Like straight up, I like when fucking Rose the other night mentioned about like the fucking weird cum sample things of JD Vance or whatever fuck. I thought it was just some meme. No, that's a thing. And I don't know if they were actually being sold at Trump events or not or what. Like, I don't know where they came from. I honestly am worried if they actually are or not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the fuck is up with those things. But they're a thing. And there's also, like, some of these MAGA chuds that wear, like, straight up Trump diapers, like, some of their fans. And then they had, like, little mini My Pillows on their ears for support and solidarity with Trump and shit. Like, dude, what the fuck is with these people? Like, honestly, I knew they were fucking freaks, but, like, I kind of tuned out for a second. It's like, I tuned out for a minute. I tuned back in, and it's, like, worse. Like, what the fuck? What is up with them? Is it, like, something that can be cured, or is it just something that they're just, I don't know. They're tired of personality Trump worship. Did Mike Lodell go undercover at the DNC? Did he? That'd be kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, I know it is. I mean, the thing is, like, the Republican Party has always been based off of, like, this cult of personality worship. Like, when it came to Reagan, when it came to the Bush family, especially with George W. Bush. I mean, but there was always, like, this sense of, like, civility or, like, established, like, veneer around it, But now that, like, Trump basically broke that, from that whole fucking broader idea, now it's just, like, I don't know, like, it's just there. He went undercover but bragged about it to Fox the day before. If you're going to be going undercover, shouldn't you brag about it after the fact, not before you do it? If not, don't brag about it at all until you release your expose. What a fucking weird crackhead, bro. I know a lot of it definitely is drugs. Crack, meth, combination of both. I mean, because, dude, like, I don't know if you recently seen, like, Dan Bongino, like, freaking out about his crazy fucking theories, but, dude, he straight up looks cracked out. Like, his eyes are just, like straight trying to bug out of his fucking head, bro. It's wild, dude. Straight wild, bro. It's like, what the hell? Like, what type of random, like, Colombian Whoopi Goldberg snuffle rabies mange fucking crack, are you smoking there, bud? Oops. There's a hilarious troll Reddit. Or on Reddit yesterday, Boomer tried to talk politics to some poor cashier. Cashier lies to claims not knowing any can. This Boomer started going on how about great Trump is. Oh my god, bro. I like to do that too sometimes. Where it's like, hey, you know anything about so and so? And I'm just like, I do that mainly just to kind of, let them, start off with what they're, Casher responds, the liberal hack from The Apprentice on NBC. Dude's way too liberal for me. Dude's way too liberal for me. Damn. Yeah, that that weird liberal hack, sellout from The Apprentice on NBC or something. Oh yeah, he's too liberal for me. I don't like him. And what's funny is that could literally mean anything. That can mean that cashier is saying that he's hella far right to the point that Trump's a lib, or he's so left that all libs are basically right wingers. That could literally mean anything. I love it. Took off. Hold on. Well, let's move that. Move. What's up, buddy? I'm just hearing neighbors, bro. I'm just hearing the neighbors out there. Yeah, what's up? What's up? I'm just hearing neighbors and stuff. Yes. Oh my goodness, look at this face. You are crazy. And you're knocking yourself up. Good job, Bob. Oh, you big goofball. Look at you. You're just a goof. What a sweet little bee. Little string bee doggo. What are you staring at, bro? Wait, you think there's something over here for you or something? Big dork. What are you trying to do, bro? What are you trying to do? I think my dog is saying some shit. I think my dog is saying shit. It's gone Cocoa. It's gone Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. So cough. So, are you speaking of like Dan Bongino fucking crack? Like, I mean, what are you on some crack or something there, bud? Bill, you nutbag? Damn. Man, that dog is weirdo. Subject episode, little weirdo. Oh, right. Like Harley kind of told me a little bit about some of the insane bullshit that's been kind of going on with like his like issues, if it's like landlord shit and stuff. And dude, I'm just like, ooh, I'm getting like salty for them in a way. Like honestly, like it's like some of the shit he's like been like saying that it's like the landlord's wife or whatever the fuck was saying about him and shit was just like really like oh my like the fucking audacity of like actual fucking like actual parasites and shit, dude. Flo told me a story the ranchers on a power trip. Yeah, just because like Harley happens to just basically merely exist there. Yeah, I guess maybe sometimes brings questionable people, quote unquote. It's National Power Tripping Manager Week. Apparently it is. Because it's like fucking, like parasitical landlord shitbags, want to like, try to treat him like he's some druggie. And his wife literally says like, oh, see, you're a drug addict, so you got no shoes on. And it's like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? It's like, what the fuck is that weird, out of touch, elite garbage bullshit? Like bullshit. Bullshit. I mean, it's just fucking absurd, bro. It just really makes me detest landlords anymore. And if I ever happen to be over there and they want to catch a lip, you know, like it's shit, like I don't live there. I mean, for all intents and purposes, like if they want to do anything, they could frankly, like, you know, sue for like discrimination and shit, especially. Fuck. This is what I was like saying from earlier on my stream about this whole fucking like people getting fed up of bully point bullshit. Because it really does feel that way. Like, because, you know, it's when you know, like, you know, have like this, you know, like, you know, power class and shit. You know, it, you know, basically, you know, essentially in the, you know, capitalist and landlord class, being able to walk on everyone willy-nilly without, you know, any real like form of repercussion and shit. There is going to be something that's eventually going to fucking burst from this type of shit. And if there's something that, you know, our government can at least do to protect people like us and shit, then eventually it's only going to be so much as happens before it ends up being full on fucking boiling point. What are you doing, Sukov? You want to eat some food or something? Is that what you're doing? I gotta think you're hovering over your little food bowl. There you go. I wonder how my work is gonna celebrate. I don't know. Hopefully you won't have to deal with it or deal with the brunt of it. At least I know one of the house managers I kind of like is going to be on Thursday just because my manager's on vacay. So hopefully she'll be chill. She's been pretty chill with me. So I don't know. You know, honestly, I was kind of thinking about it because I talked to one of my coworkers. They're, you know, thinking it's like, well, I think because of how long you've been here, they probably think, oh, well, he's been in this long, so he should know this, and this and stuff. So why isn't he doing that kind of stuff? And I'm just like, well, you know, I was even telling him, I was like, well, because there's like been a system in place where there's like a sense of trust to, you know, ensure productivity while shit gets done. Well, maybe someone has a little longer on break or this and that or whatever. You know, like I'm not the only one that does shit like this. Never have. I wasn't even the first. Like, I mean, no, it's like, I mean, it's like when it comes to that store, you know, I've never been the first when it comes to that shit. I'm pretty much just like been the only one that been, I guess, the consistent fucking problem about it. Problem, quote unquote. It's National Smokey the Bear Day. Only you can prevent wildfires. Smoke a bear for Smokey. I'm definitely gonna get one load up for girl Smokey. Smokey's the G. We also kind of, in some part, have to thank Teddy Roosevelt for that, right? Like, cause I'm pretty sure he was the one with, like, the National Park Services and stuff to help establish all that. Plus the old teddy bears, too. I mean, it's in the name after all. Damn dog, you chunk boy. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Chomp, chomp, chomp. It's like the third time I've eaten today, too. It's a hungry little beast. What are you doing? Big goob. Dog is such a goober. Such a silly little mutt. Man. And today it's just like been like such a fucking throw off day for me. Especially considering this is like kind of one of the first, I think the first time I've had to deal with this type of bullshit. I think it's only been like once or twice where I've been like, hey, can I like leave early because I'm not feeling good or whatever the fuck, and that's always been fine. But like this type of shit though, it's just so fucking ridiculous. I still can't get over the fucking fact that like it's because they are so weirdly hyper obsessed about me maybe buying stuff while I'm on the fucking clock, and it's like, I mean, I think it's retarded as fuck, but it's like, fine, like I'll do that, which I have been. So I don't get this fucking retarded nonsense of just like, oh, you're still doing it. Talked about that once already. It's like, I'm not doing that. It's like, Jesus fuck Christ. Like, I'm legit trying to think what time since that stupid fucking conversation where like that was where I might have done that, and I can't think of anything. Not even as just like some random like, oh, I bought a coffee or whatever. Not even in that. Because I know for a fact when I have bought them, I get them once I clock off on my fucking lunch break. So I don't know how in the fuck, that, makes any goddamn sense. But then again, corpos and their fucking standards never make goddamn sense. I mean, that's why, like worker power, is honestly more fucking important and more valuable than anything. Because, like, these fucking, like, heads and these managers and these district op motherfuckers, like, they don't fundamentally get what the real, fucking shit on the ground's like. And frankly, could care fucking less. Like, and if, it ends up being some of that where they end up punishing, like, some of their best workers, just because it's a stupid, nitpicky, corporate hawk bullshit, then they fuck themselves over, and that's on them, not me. Like, I could give a fuck. Especially at this point. So do you really think I care about that fucking place? Like, not at this point. They pretty much have, like, corporatized this so much to the point where it's just, like, they're pretty much have, like, beating that right the fuck out of my ass. So I'm just like, nope. Like, if, I mean, it's already likely to fucking close down anyway. So, like, why, should it be, like, some sort of an important concern of mine if that, is the case? I'll skip this one, just a precautionary measure. Oh, shit. Mike Figueredo already has something uploaded about that fucking Jack Posobiec dipshit getting home by protesters. Man, I gotta see some of those clips at some point. That shit's gonna be hilarious. I mean, I guess I could. I mean, I could, like, look at it, then come back on here, but nah. I can figure some other method out. We're gonna need a bigger manager. Yeah, the bigger manager should be the collection of the workers and the people and shit. So it's more gluttonous for productivity for what the workers beg, and we'll let them eat cake when they can't afford the daily bread. It's kind of getting a little nippy in here. It's like the first time in a while where it actually has been. Get my little battle vest of pins. Might as well be like, some fucking like miniature like scale armor with all these fucking pins. The key to inventory to make it look like sales better than they actually are. Well, hey, I do, but that might be product theft, and you can't have that. That's such fucking horse shit, bro. Is Logan working tonight or something, or is he just like out skis? Try hitting him up, but just did say shit. I was like, meh. I think he might still be recovering from his cold or some shit, which I kind of am too. I've been like having like a little bit of like kind of a sore throat for a little bit. It was a little worse like last week, but it's gotten a little better now. Now it's just kind of like a weird congestion. I'm just like, ugh. It's lame. It's bunk. And I kind of feel like that's what I might have accidentally gotten Logs. And I'm just like, damn. Meet the new manager, 2 foreign managers in a trench coat. Honestly, I would take any of my fucking foreign managers, even like that dude Mark, bro. Like, I would straight up take any of these motherfuckers. Even with their power trips, they at least would let us get away with certain shit. Pop, pop. Ooh, that felt good. So coffee, big goof. What are you doing? Put that right there. It's probably been tired from being sick all weekend. I don't necessarily blame him. I mean, considering like my body's probably been worn the fuck out from busting my ass so much and all that shit. Like, it's probably been a little more prone to getting a little cold or whatever. So that's probably why I've been a little fuckety. That's probably why I've been in like many hibernation stations, last Saturday. So, whatever. I mean, honestly, Mark the Narc. I mean, honestly, like when I look back on, when I was working, like, cause I've had him as the store director for like what 5 years or something. About when I was working there, and give or no, maybe not 5, probably at least 4. Yeah, at least 4 years. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I would have my issues, and honestly, because like I'm kind of glad I wasn't a woman if I was working with him, because I've heard he was kind of misogynistic and shit, kind of sexist. So I mean, like dude, I've heard some problems about his ass, but it's just like, man, fuck, dude, I would even take him. Like, or anyone else. Like, it's holy shit, bro. Because, like, this cutthroat shit, you know, that it's just been constant with this bitch has just been fucking ridiculous. And it's like, it's over, like I said from earlier, like, you know, as bitch about, it's like, it's over the most stupidest fucking shit. It's like, it's straight up, instead of just talking to me about it, she decides to just, like, go straight for, like, no, we're going to be the corporate nanny state and then punish you for every tiny little inconvenience. For you are a drone, and all drones must be corrected. It's like, the fuck is this shit? At least my other managers and shit will legit talk to me, like, for a bit. At least even if they've talked to me, in the past matter of time, so at least mention it's like, hey, what happened here? Just at least ask about that, and then just go from there. And maybe they'll write up, and maybe they won't. Because sometimes, I mean, I've gotten written like, or verbal ones before, being like, hey, just, whatever, like, mind to keep or whatever. I mean, it's not like those things aren't, uncommon necessarily, but like, holy shit, dude. There we go. Sweet, fresh stuff loaded. Of course I locked myself on the launch room again. Goofy ass little dipshit. Man, next paycheck, I definitely need to, like, get some show things and viewer stuff for, like, tickets and shit. And then fucking get a new piece already. This is getting ridiculous. It's been a fine substitute, but, like, it's starting to get tedious. Sweet. There we go. Oh. Man, this tiny little fucking thing is so hard to load. There we go. Bitch ass son of a motherfucker. But since I still haven't any rip, like, I was wondering what your plans are for tomorrow or for, like, Tuesday. Because I think Harley was saying about something you and him and, like, hanging out so with for a little bit. And since outside of, like, doing a quick little exploration on different, places where I could probably go look for a jeep. I know there's, or at least, other alternatives. I know there's at least, like, an actual, like, sandwich deli spot that's, like, right next to the pool bar that I go to. And also I know they might have cooking positions there. So at least, I could do cooking there for, or something like that. So trying to see, what little options are at least, pretty close by that I can go for. But outside of doing that, I pretty much have fuck all going on for that day. I was surprised I've been kind of just sipping on that for a minute. I should have those little bad boys kind of knocked down by now. Oh no, I guess that's been kind of a slow night. Hasn't really been much like outside of like that DNC shit and my bullshit for work that has been going on. I haven't really been having like a super eventful day otherwise. I'll say I can't really get over like Sean Fain's fucking like speech though, because that was really badass. So would drinking tomorrow night, but I'm not available till tonight. That's fine. Like I said, I got stuff I'm kind of doing a little bit, at least early in the day. I might pregame, see if Harley wants to join me at which, for a little bit just to play some pool before we go down there. But I'll see what he's up for that. So I was gonna go down there, and then is there like an earth spot near there that I could probably check out? I think there might be. I think there's like a little donut spot. Like I think, if I even remember correctly. Oh, and there's also that little like espresso spot. Oh, there's a few spots around there that I can kind of hit up. I got him in behind the stream. Oh, well, I think it's been kind of glitching a little bit here and there. So if you see that it might be a little behind, I mean, there's a few times where I'm, kind of quietly low in the bowl here a little bit. So, I mean, you can probably catch up and, but yeah. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I don't know if you caught it, but yeah, like I said, I'm going to be at least doing a little bit of a early kind of job hunting a little thing. At the very minimal, if maybe I could get some at the dispo that's literally around the corner, or maybe even pop Murphs, maybe I could do part-time there and then just do weekends at Safeway or some shit, because then I could at least have like kind of a steady hourly income from that, like 150 something or whatever the fuck, doing that. And then I can do another job that, at least might have some tips and stuff implied, or at least, put into it as well. So I can even, get the hourly wage plus tips. So that would help kind of boost that as well. And for the most part, would at least be at least equivocal, or maybe even a little more, give or take, depending, when it comes to, my income on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. So it's one of those things where, like, if I'm going to definitely switch around, I definitely want to at least make sure it's still somewhat stable, because I don't want to, like, immediately, like, just say fuck it and just, like, not have, like, a proper income for, like, 2 weeks or whatever, So I want to at least make sure I could kind of go for a minimal transitionary period. And if I like the other job way better and I'll stick with that longer, then I'll just say fucking, just say bye. Just say, well, fuck that shit. So we'll see. I think I should probably at least, maybe hold on for just a little longer, just because, like, I want to make sure I can at least save up for, a little bit more from Indianapolis and a few of these other shows and a few other things, and then, kind of jump the gun from there and probably take advantage of, like, some of this, like, healthcare that I know that, the union offers. Because definitely want to do, like, a little checkup on some shit. I want to get addressed. We also need to talk about Lacoste trip on Tuesday night. Yes, we do. Because that's, next week? because I technically work Monday, but you know what? Considering especially how I'm being treated there, you think I give a fuck about calling out? No, I don't. So I'll call right the fuck out. So I'm doing that for Saturday too. I don't give a shit. I already wasn't gonna give a shit in the first place, but was there a little bastard trying to sneak one? I heard some. I should make sure the door's closed now since the cups are phone. I only had that open just so he can go outside if he wants to, but he doesn't want to. I should move this. Yeah. There we go. Oh, the shame. Fuck surfing. I hella work Saturday. Well, I know you do. The reason why I am is because of the volume block party. It's kind of a bummer that all the bands that, I know that you would definitely love to see are headlining pretty much all the fucking venues. So it's just like, fuck. There's a lot of really good bands that I know about, like One Drink in Our Lives, Dark Night of Vignettes, a few other bands that I'm aware of that, are kind of like some of the openers in the early afternoon. So, I mean, I'd argue it's still worth it just to kind of like, check it out like a couple hours and go to the show on the 31st. Gets there fast at Anarchy Beach. Oh, yeah, is that a Saturday? What day is that? Because I might just say fucking call out too. I'll just use my sick days up. Need to anyway. Saturday? Shit. We'll see. I'll see what works out. I just can't do it too much. If I'm going to the volume block party and calling out for the beach trip, I might just skip that. But I definitely want to at least make sure. There's at least, I think 5 other shows plus New Mexico. Your Skittle. I rarely ever call out. I mean, even if I'm not feeling good, I usually never will call out. 5 other shows, holy shit. Well, there's Sepultura in Seattle. There's the Volume Block Party. And then Testament and Creator are playing at the Roseland. And then there's the Minneapolis show. And then I'm going to New Mexico. So it's 4 shows and doing New Mexico. So those are the 5 things I need to put money aside for. Because I think I'm pretty caught up with paying you back. I think I'm still owe you a little bit, but nowhere near as much as I did, obviously. But I'm pretty sure I'm, for the most part, fairly caught up. So now I'm just trying to at least make sure I get some of this other stuff, set aside and ready to go, and then get the rest of that shit set aside and good for you too. I think 320 wins New Mexico. Late November. So it'll be after Minneapolis. And 320, well, that's actually not bad. Definitely better than what it was, because I've given you about, I think altogether so far 250-ish, something like that. I forgot the exact number. It's something like that. I just know I just been whatever money I set aside, I just put on my Cash App, and then I immediately just instant transfer it to my account, and then just send that right to the PayPal. Got my little routine with it. I mean, the Insta fee on Cash App's a little annoying, but I always have at least a little change or whatever the fuck to make up for that, in my account usually, so it's whatever. Because at least for New Mexico, I want to at least try to aim that near late November, because that's when Venom's birthday is. So, and I think as long as everything's all kind of planned out, because I think, the dates around late November I want to do is like probably the last week of November, and then do like maybe like leave, like Friday, and then be there until like Tuesday or Wednesday, and then then head back on like on that Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. So at least like 6 days a week, of hanging out over there, at least checking out the places, the sights, and all that shit. So, and honestly, from what Venom says, like he technically owes me a little bit, and I said, hey, if you want to just cover the tab of hanging out some of these karaoke bars and stuff like that, then that's fine. He just basically said it's like as long as you can cover a lift, to get you from the airport to where we're at, and vice versa, then that's all. Then we will cover pretty much everything else. And I'm like, well, you don't have to worry about everything, but hey, I mean, it's just like, hey, I want to at least plan it so when I get paid while I'm out there, it's pretty much like, I get paid, then, I leave the next day and I at least got some cash on top of, already having that shit secured. So, and plus the straight flight to Albuquerque from Portland stuff is fairly cheap. Like the initial plan was when he was still in Port Alice, wherever the fuck, it was way more expensive. Like, and I tried to pressure him to, be like, can I just fly to Albuquerque and just pick me up? He's like, no. I'm just like, well, thank fuck now your girlfriend lives there and you're moving there, because now I can go there and it's way cheaper on my fucking wallet. So I'm just like, yay. So whatever, I'll take it. Leaving on Afro American Friday would be hella expensive. Well, yeah. Well, if it's a, yeah, you're right. Well, I'm sure it'd be fine if it was like in December, like early December or something. I mean, like it hasn't been officially set in stone the exact dates of when I want to leave yet for that, because I'm more worried about make sure I got all this other stuff ready to go, and I've told him that too, and he's fine with that. He knows at least for now it's a back burner thing, but I'm letting that simmer. I'm letting the pasta back there simmer. I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm just making sure the big dish right here with all the gumbo that I've been working with right now, I want to make sure that gets fixed up. I mean, I will admit this retarded ass fucking suspension bullshit really does kind of put a hiccup in what I'm talking about, but that's kind of why I'm thinking if I can at least maybe do part-time safely, maybe work at the dispo, maybe Pop Murphs. I don't know if they do tips there, but I guess I could find out. And maybe work at like one of these other places. Like, I mean, there's a few options around here, I think. I mean, so it's not impossible. It's just one of those things where it's like I want to at least find something that at least be worth my while. At least in the meantime, even if it's just temporarily, just to kind of like reset myself, get a little extra cash in the pocket, and especially to knock some of this shit out. But it's just one of those things where I want to make sure the card's played right with it. It's kind of also a little fucking annoyed that my department manager is on vacation, because I would need to talk to her about this, honestly. Oh my god, she's going to come back and have a lot to find out and discover about. Because honestly, I'm going to kind of talk to her one-on-one, especially after today. I'm going to honestly, when she comes back, I don't think she's going to like about what I have to say. Like, I'm going to tell her, like, look, at best, I'm probably going to start doing part-time here, because I'm getting done with like this corporate hawk, nitpicking about me, especially when everyone else does all this other stuff that I'm getting blamed for and shit, or whatever the fuck. So it's like I need something else that can give me a little something steady without like this fucking hawkishness, like, because this is ridiculous. Like, and it ain't your fault, but it's like if they want to like legit repel someone like me just because like, oh, I slipped up once, or went a little long on a break or some shit because I had to like talk to my mom on my fucking break or whatever about some actual important shit, and that ain't my problem. I'll just have to at least see what happens on Thursday and then Friday and Saturday. Because what's funny is that my suspension doesn't roll after my weekend; it rolls with the weekend. So, as my the pop manager said, I got lucky. Which I suppose I did. I guess. I mean, my paycheck ain't gonna be that fucked, but it still is because I'm gonna call out Saturday. And I can't now make up the hours because I can't just show up on Wednesday because that will cause a lot of fucking trouble. Way more trouble than it's worth, so nope. At least if I call in sick, they can't say shit. So. Oh my god, dude. You got lucky, clown. I know, dude. Yeah, you got lucky by having your wages fucked a little bit, so now your next paycheck is gonna be shit. It's like, yeah, thanks, got lucky, fuck you, yeah. Yeah, like how you got lucky getting a nice fat bonus and shit, being a new star director and getting a fat fucking salary more than you ever gotten in your fucking life. Fucking bitch. Got a bad case of ligma, and it might be contagious. Fuck. I could say I could test positive for COVID. I could say that. And problem is I'll be out for a while, but there's sick pay. And I need to use my sick pay, so shit, man, dude. It's like I need to like look at my employee bullshit or whatever the fuck, see how much sick pay I got. I'm gonna do it. I mean, because honestly, I mean, it doesn't hurt to get a test. If it's neg, then I'll just say, well, fuck you, job. Fuck you, boss. Fuck your profits and fuck your loss. Bye for a little bit. Sick pay, bitch. I mean, because, like, you know, hey, better safe than sorry. Sometimes those tests, you know, will do a false neg. Sometimes it happens. If you let those, you know, little, like, you know, one time, you know, dose kits, you know, sit for a long time, they do sometimes, you know, not, and they won't end up being as effective and will sometimes occasionally do like either false positive or false neg sometimes. So that's why sometimes you want to do like multiple tests just in case. Which, hey, yeah, that's also a better safe than sorry. Which, by the way, that's kind of the theme about this, better safe than sorry. But, you know, I'm just taking advantage of that because fuck this job. Fuck work. I'm definitely feeling like the radical like worker in me a little bit. I didn't really get much to talk about, like you know, with everyone else being like, look, you know, I know you're all getting sick of this shit. It's like, I mean, Jay called out. I won't say his name, but it's like Jay called out because like he's, you know, kind of sick of this shit. So it's like, and he's told me some funny ways about being like, yo, what if I just like walked out, but then just like, you know, put like ice in the fire or something, bro. I'm just like, and even on the other stream, I was like, dude, that got me thinking. Because, man, like, if I were to do a wildcard strike, I'd do it the right way. Be like, nah, we turn everything off, all food in the coolers, you know, and just walk right out. You know, shit like that. We'll just leave it as is. But, you know, it's like, but his way of doing it would be some devious lick shit. Put some ice in the fire, let the fires overflow, oil flowing out like it's some fucking, like, you know, liquid low temp lava just like flowing everywhere and all this other shit. Let the drains overflow. Oh my god, it would be insane, dude. Next time I see him, too, I gotta tell him about Scuttlebutt, too. He wasn't here today because he called in, so, it's like, you know what, next time I see his ass, I'm telling about it. So I completely shut down Uni Boys going old school. Dude, the old school Uni Boy me wanted to come out real hard, dude. Seriously, man. This is what happens when you let, like, the workers' fire fury fucking come out a little bit, man. Because I'm still pissed. I'm still mad about it. Like, I mean, I've been nice, kind of fairly distracted for, a fucking hour? We only been going on for basically an hour? Are you fucking kidding me? I thought we were going on for 2. Jesus Christ. Well, fuck me then. Jesus. Like, yeah, still salty about it. And I bet it will be tomorrow. And on my way out there, I'm going to grab a coffee. And, oh, God forbid I do that when I'm clocked on or whatever. So, whoa. But, like, holy shit, man. I'm going to go over there and see if I could, see if there's anyone else, that I haven't seen yet and hit him up about this shit. Because, like, ooh, they got to know. And, I know you might be tangentially familiar with him. Kyler, he's one of the PICs for the night crew up there, or for the closing shifts up there. Marcus knows him, and he's one of my buddies. I gave him a scuttlebutt earlier today because I happened to run into him. He's like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" I'm just like, "Could be better. Should be working right now, but I got suspended for 3 fucking days here." And he's like, "Wait, what? What? How'd that happen?" I'm just like, I gave him the scuttlebutt, and he's like, "Dude, that's kind of some bullshit, man. That's stupid." It's like they're focusing on the wrong things, man. I swear to God. And he just kind of wandered off, having to do something else. I'm just like, and I just said, amen to that, dude. They are. Because seriously, they rather nitpick our asses versus, like, people that might be jacking shit from our store that actually is a problem. Because, yeah, there's a lot of that. There's been, like, straight up fights that have been happening in our store, not, for, like, more often than not. It's not that common, but it feels like at least, like, once a week, there's either like a verbal, like, what the fuck, man, kind of fucking fight, or a full-on fight, like a fist fight shit going on. It's like, what the it's like, that shit's a problem. It's like, but, oh no, let's not really worry about that bullshit. Let's fucking, worry about, me maybe taking too much of a longer break or whatever the fuck. We're shopping on the clock or some shit. Or, oh, God forbid, I have this hat on while I go grab my other Safeway hat and transition the hats. It's like, fucking Christ, man. Fucking mother bitch, fucking goddamn clock. This motherfucker. This fucking thing is clogged. It just has to add to my frustration. At least I can't help but laugh at this a little bit, because Jesus Christ. I know I'm stuck with this fucker at least until, like, after Minneapolis, that's for sure. I have monies that require more prioritization. Oh, there we go, Jesus Christ. I shall let the salt flow through me. Do it, Igna. Strike the store down with the power of your salt and your anger. Wait, hold on. I got the hood for it. Hold up. I got the hood for it. Wait, hold on. Fuck this up. Yeah. Okay. Okay, hold on. You know what? Hold up. There we go. That will help. The shadows will help. Yes. God damn it, it doesn't. Okay, we need to turn the light off. Okay, it doesn't work with this fucking light on. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Let's see. It still doesn't work. What the fuck? What the okay, okay, it just kind of ruins it then. It just ruins it then. It doesn't even work. What the fuck? I was hoping it would just like have shadows, but you can still see my face. It doesn't work. God damn it. Boo. I want to do some pop shit, but I couldn't. Upset me. Boo. Also, why am I not airing anything? Oh, there we go. For some reason, it's just there we go. Boo. Man, today is just the day of the salt. I can tell why. I can see why people hate Mondays. I made it think on Saturday. I was like, man, you know, it's gonna be a nice chill day. It's gonna be alright. You know, it's kind of do my thing. Hit up Sky, say what's up, blah blah blah. Maybe see if he wants to hang out, shit, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, nope. About 40 minutes in, all of a sudden it's like, D pops. I was like, oh, you need an office, and I immediately went. And I felt the heart sign. I was just like, oh no. It's like, I went, well, I might be probably heading home after that office meeting. He's like, why? I'm like, I don't know. I can't even think of anything, but considering how many times they will want me in the damn office, these days, they're probably, I don't know. But of course, so once I come back, he just kind of literally had this like, he had this like just dread on his face, and I just felt bad because like, dude, it's like, man, don't blame me. Like, blame the fucking store director about this shit because she's fucking all of y'all just because she wants to fuck me. For why? Because she's getting a nice good handy out from the fucking corporates and shit. Because they're still kind of on her ass despite the walkthrough being done. They're still kind of watching her. Because she's such a fresh face, I guess. Just has to be our fucking store for that. So fucking absurd, bro. Because honestly, dead ass, at this rate, I'm pretty sure she does actually legit kind of have it out for me at this point. I mean, try to at least break it away from my own, like, fucking angsty bullshit. I mean, like, there's just been a constant fucking pattern about this. And I'm, and especially when it comes to people like Sean Fain and, like, a lot of this major, like, rise of, like, union expansion and shit that's been going on. It's been, like, pretty much, like, the main outlet. For me, especially when it comes to like, realizing like, hey, there is like, power into this shit and there is a way to break from it. It's just one of those things where it's kind of a slow burn because like what Sean Fain's kind of been building up, especially when it comes to May Day on 28, like that's going to be some like very impactful shit. It's a slow burn, but I mean, that time is the most valuable time ever. And that's kind of like, where I guess like kind of where my thing is right now. It's just like, I mean, like what, is like what, like can what, and for especially like progressive leftists can be used for that time that is like the most valuable to galvanize people into that idea because it's actually fucking attainable. Like there's a dude literally leading it. He talked in, at the DNC earlier today, and so it's like, it's a thing. It's a slow burning thing, and there's already plenty of fucking units that are on board with that shit, lockstep already as it is. So it's one of those things where, given enough time, it's going to be a very big, huge thing that can be very impactful. And, I guess, like, considering the like, I guess like the kind of the placation, or I guess like kind of the breadcrumbs that have been given so far, and shit like that, like some of the actual like kind of concessions that the Democrats have been doing. I think I kind of recognizing that the boiling point is coming to a fucking point, where it is. I feel like I just did Kamala right there. The boiling point is coming to a fulcrum. That's better, where it's it needs to be like placated in a way that's actually positive and beneficial for that working class, and to have those voices is important, fundamentally. And it's at least, one of the few positive things that I can at least, look at, all things considered, and be like, hey, there's a fucking light at the, there's like, there's a light at the end of the tunnel with this shit. Because, man, this shit's fucking rough sometimes, dude. It just is. But shit, man. I mean, it's like, it's one of those things where, especially on like the West Coast, there's kind of like a hustle game that you just have to kind of keep with. And I mean, at the end of the day, it'd be alright. It's not the end of the world, but fuck, man, does it get my goat? Does it get me fuming? And frankly, it should. Like, people should be a little bit more pissed off about shit like this, even if it is just like one small little thing. Because really, at the end of the day, it is like a tiny little thing. For me, and especially the corporate and shit. But compound that, to every fucking worker that has had to deal with this bullshit from any fucking company, especially with a lot of the more egregious ones, like Walmart and Amazon, especially the name of the big ones. So it's just like, I mean, or it's not exactly, an unusual theme, that's been, and it's been a constant. And it's just, frankly, been getting fucking worse, especially with the price gouging and shit, and, groceries being absurd and abhorrent. Because, I mean, this is the truth. I mean, fishing has been going down, and at least in some aspects, the wages have been going up. But the things that haven't are prices, because of these fucking corporate parasite motherfuckers that, are trying to squeeze out every goddamn dollar they can, out of the fucking products that they sell and shit. It's fucking bullshit. Because at the end of the day, because of all that, what the fuck do those like wages and all that shit do for us when it doesn't mean, when basically those wages are the equivocal of what we had years ago, and prices are like way more extravagant, in comparison to what they were in the past? How's that help anyone? I love how there is plenty of fluid in this fucking thing, and yet it has the most tiniest goddamn flame in the world. Or barely lights. It's like, son of a fuck. And this one's almost out, and yet normal flame. Well, kind of. Like, fuck me, dude. Because that's so fucking... Okay, I need to get another pack of these motherfuckers. Holy shit. Okay, I might honestly just say fucking do a heavy run just to grab a goddamn ladder. I try to realize I don't need to do that. I could probably just steal one of Dad's. Yes, plenty. You should buy some in packs, so he always has at least one or two in his little smoking den over there. Man, I'm also feeling devious too. It's like one of those things where it's just like, do I want to like do some rebellious angst release? But it's just like, where would I do that? And with what too? So now I'm just like, I'm just like, It's like, I got this angst. It's been released. But with what and where? I have nothing. All I know is that I'm definitely gonna at least, try to, see what our but I could kind of break down with some of the other people I might be able to, hang out with when it comes to some of my coworkers and shit. I tell them about some of the bullshit. Because frankly, I mean, it's like, I mean, when it comes to this like fucking bullshit, like, I mean, these are things I really shouldn't be able to like really fucking stand as far as I'm concerned. Like, mostly I don't like all you about it because if I'm being like the only one talked about this shit and nitpicked, even though I know for an absolute goddamn fact, there's plenty of other people that take longer breaks, just like I have before. Then it's obviously I'm being the one targeted, specifically compared to anyone else. So, like, it's fine if they want to like me over it, but get everyone else for that shit too, because I ain't the only one. Because still like element of being targeted over that shit, especially to try to like get someone to quit or get fired or whatever, especially if it is due to some sort of a wrongful termination, if it's investigated to be as such, which arguably I would think it would be if they're making these gaslighty presumptuous claims and shit. Didn't find the one rare time I might fucking make like an extra longer break or whatever because of like some business call from my mom about some shit. About like some dinner parties. Like, give me a fucking break. Also, like I said, I want to try to kind of detach it away from that. I'm just like, all right, we're right back into it. But, they should, frankly, here's actually what I'm like, they should be kind of fucking glad, like those old school Union Boy tactics, aren't really much of a thing anymore. Because, I mean, dude, there were ways like where, like, back in the day, it wasn't just as simple as like, oh yeah, we're just walking out. It came to strikes and shit. Sometimes they burnt that fucking shit down, or they would purposely sabotage certain shit too. Like especially when it came to scabs, crossing the line, they'll purposely sometimes maybe have certain things, not set up right or certain shit, and of course scabs ain't gonna know what the fuck they're doing, and they're just gonna be utterly, totally kind of straight fucked, when it comes to like to knowing what they're doing, and honestly kind of get things more sabotage. And then it ends up being the chain reaction. And it just stalls productivity, it just stalls the production line, and it doesn't help anybody at that point. But that is the point though. And it's like, and sometimes it got so much to the point they would just straight burn that shit to the fucking ground. I mean, like with this fucking shirt, it's a Battle of Blair Mountain because it was a fucking, workers' uprising. It got so bad to where they fucking literally took up goddamn arms and raided fucking National Guard rail trains and shit, to fucking pick up Craig Jorgensen rifles and shit. I mean, they did not fuck around. It's like, and frankly, these days, I mean, they're kind of glad that, like, at least especially in modern politics, those tactics aren't really as needed. Yeah. Depends on if, they allow things to accelerate or if they actually are willing to placate and offer concessions and actually fucking listen to people and the average working man, especially when it comes to, like, their fucking suffering and the fucking problems that they've been having to deal with, especially since the era of Reagan, but honestly, since way before then. I just say, well, do we still get Social Security checks? Texas boomers. No. If they want their own little republic, then they can go for it. Whatever. I mean, like, on one hand, I don't really want to necessarily see, like, a balkanization of the U.S. I'm just kind of neutral to it, I guess. Like, I guess, like, my gut says no, but logically, I can kind of see why. So, I get it. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like if People's Republic, Texas, and Florida's. I mean, like if they want to try to do just outright game bullshit, then given enough time, I'd say give it 5 to 10 years, and they'll be crawling back to Mama America. Daddy America will be clutching them right next to their pecs and be like, now, Texas, Florida, it's okay. I know you tried to leave the nest early, and it's all right. You hurt yourself, but it's okay. They're gonna be calling back to Mama. Mama and Daddy will take care of them. Mama Cali and then Daddy America. God damn, that actually works. Because a lot of the taxes and the income of California is basically makes the majority, the bulk of the fucking shit that goes into these other states. Like if California were to secede, the rest of America would be fucked. Like I'd be more worried about California seceding, and if so, can we get Oregon and Washington on board on that? It's just like I'd be fine with that. That'd be fine, but because then we would be able to, take advantage of California's economy a little bit, and also add our economy to theirs and just bolster theirs anyway. So we'd be fine. We'd be all nice and dandy, I think. But if they were just, to be their own thing, and we were just still in the U.S., we'd get fucked. It wouldn't be good. Like California is kind of like a modern bread box of America, right now, outside of the Midwest. But the Midwest, especially with the water reservoirs, has been really getting fucked. It's not doing good. Mommy President, Mamala. Yeah, convenient fucking song to be playing right now too. Perfect little theme of this topic. I mean, like, at least with this electoralism stuff when it comes to Kamala, I will say this, I'm still kind of withholding until her big speech on Thursday or whenever the final day of DNC is. I think that is Thursday. But so far, I mean, considering, all things considering, it's not kind of I'm not necessarily saying rah, system Bob the Dems here, but it's I am liking the direction that they're going. It's literally the most basic, bare minimal foundation of what a Democratic Party should basically be fucking looking like, arguably. And that's actually a real nice change of pace, and I genuinely do like seeing that. But I'm still kind of I want to see what she's going to be popping off with here. She's already leaked out a lot of different things, proposed different shit. She's been kind of petering, with different things here, but it's I think, we'll try to at least listen to her actual speech maybe, when I get off work on Thursday, if that ends up being okay, I guess. We'll see, I suppose. But, like how I have music in the background, we could just, use that to just listen to her speech and, just listen to her raw and just kind of see what she says, and see how I feel about it and just kind of react to her. She just kind of goes along or something. Because legit, I mean, if she can at least pop off some shit and kind of show that, she can kind of be a bad bitch a little bit in a good way, then it's ooh, all right, we'll see. I mean, honestly, I'm just kind of more about Tim Walz, especially because I really like him a lot. But, I mean, I'm just kind of hoping maybe he, especially Kamala, will allow him to be a little bit more of a aggressive vice president, or at least have a little bit more, chops in comparison to previous vice presidents. Because the vice presidents seem, especially historically, seems like they only have as much power as the president gives them. Because obviously there's like the memes of like Darth Cheney, when it comes to Bush, then I guess not necessarily the vice president, but like Reagan a little bit, mainly with Nancy Reagan, but then there would be another one. Maybe I think there's at least a few others. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But either way, it's one of those things where I'm definitely definitely cautiously optimistic. I'm not like my main thing is just like really like I know she ain't really gonna be great on the board. That's always gonna be kind of a fucking problem because right wingers are always gonna be like anything that Democrats would do that would actually be good, they're just gonna be like freak the fuck out over it, do the racist bullshit. But I mean, if she can at least say something pretty impactful about like Israel and Gaza and shit, then especially if it's like some firebrand shit, then I might be like, ooh, I might be like, all right, we'll just have to see. Shit. Can't text from her mama? What's she say? What is she talking about? She didn't even say anything really. She was just like, hey, how you doing? It's like random. Definitely a very random thing. And also, why would she be up at this late at night? Mama. I'm actually kind of surprised, like, and kind of, in a way, like, kind of proud of her, because, I mean, I was pretty shocked that she was able to even make it, for the karaoke night for Friday and stuff, but she was able to pull through a little bit. Even do, like, a little duo song, but I don't know what it is. So, like, I always feel like she always has to, like, some sort of, like, a little mild critique, because she's like, oh, you kind of sung over me a little bit. It's like, no, you just didn't pop your voice out. It's like, and also you need to have the mic closer to you. Like, I'll sing how I normally do. And also, for your parts, I give it to you. Like, it's a duo. I mean, it's like, come on now. It's like, what do you mean I'm like, like singing over you or some shit? There's like dual parts, and you need to just pipe that up a little bit. It's like, come on, mama. I feel like she's trying to put herself down a little bit. She's like, oh, I also didn't really sound that good anyway, too. And I'm just like, no, it's like, come on. So what are you doing? Jesus Christos. Jesus Cristo. It's like, come on. It was also kind of funny. She was at least pretty equally shocked about how good it was and stuff. When it came to a lot of things I was doing. And actually, different songs I haven't sung before, because there's a few songs that I found out that were karaoke's pretty much like the night or two before, and I was like, oh shit, fuck it, let's play these, and debate these, because I know that would be a little easier on my mom's ears too. If I did like some Creator or Exodus or some shit like that, she'd be like, she'd be like, well, okay, no. If I did like some hardcore punk like MDC or whatever the fuck, she'd be like, so definitely didn't want to do that. But she definitely wants to come again at some point. So hopefully, I can at least, be able to get her out. And then next time, maybe give her some of my extra flavors of karaoke styles. I just can't wait for the volume block party. That's what I'm just trying to think about now at this point. I'm kind of zoning into this music, and it's just like, oh yeah, that's right, that volume block party though. What is it? Technically now Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, it's 2 days of work. 2 days to keep my head down and fucking being a little bitch or whatever the fuck, and just calling out Saturday and just do the same thing on fucking Monday. And let's go from there. Hey, maybe I can at least make up work on, coming in on a Wednesday. Shouldn't bitch about that. Won't be suspended from work. God, dude, that shit's so fucking pissing me off. At least now, like, I mean, I don't have to really worry about it unless some other bullshit comes up, but, I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Burp. Hard times. Local crust punk calls out work for 2 months straight, living off his straight beer cans and good vibes. Damn fucking right, dude. Amen to that shit. Oh, do you know kind of why I was in a little salty mood earlier?
What?
Do I know why I was kind of a little salty mood earlier?
Okay.
Well, no, I'm saying you want to know why.
I guess so. I think everyone has their moods,
Well, it's just because I got suspended for work for taking an excess long break or whatever on the 14th. When I was talking to my mom about planning, for the 15th and 16th and shit on my break because I was whatever the fuck. And, got like a 3-day suspension over it. So I got sent home today, because of that shit. And I'm already going to call out Saturday because there's a volume block party, punk fest thing going on that day anyway. So I'm just like, well, now especially fuck you guys. Now I'm definitely calling out for that shit. But, and also they're like, getting at me for like, oh, are you trying to like, shop on your break and stuff? And they mentioned about that like a week ago. And I was like, when they said that, I was like, okay, that's retarded as shit, but all right, fine, I won't do that. Because they're like, oh, you can only, purchase things on your lunch break or when you're clocked off of work. I'm just like, which doesn't make fucking sense because a lot of us go to fucking Starbucks to go, that's in there to go fucking grab a coffee or whatever the fuck, or snacks at the
deli. You can't leave the premises.
Well, on your tents and shit, yeah, which fair enough, I get that, but like, because you're technically on the clock still. But on your lunch breaks, I mean, that doesn't matter.
I forget for part where you couldn't leave the I think I would say, well, I forget where, but you couldn't leave the premises of the area. He said you could go on your lunch break, but during your break, you have to stay on site.
Which that's always been the rule. That's always been up there as safe. Yeah.
In the break room, you know, or have a snack or whatever. As compared to running home real quick and going back.
Oh, I always do that. I never give a fuck about that. And honestly, most people don't anyway, because they'll go to 7-Eleven or other places and go do their own thing. Like, I mean, no one really pays attention to that fucking bullshit.
You do a good job, the job is done, you fire a bouncer.
You would fucking think. But, like, this bitch has just, like, been on a fucking power trip and been nitpicking my ass over every tiny little goddamn thing. And it's like, because they'll, like, say, oh, you're, like, shopping on a clock, which I haven't been since the last time I said something about that. So I straight up told us, like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I mean, I'll maybe buy a coffee once I go on my lunch and, you know, and, like, get stuff once I, you know, clock off of work. But beyond that, I'm not, you know, purchasing stuff on, you know, while I'm on the clock. You said that, you know, last time, and I haven't done that. You know, and it's like, oh, well, it's like you also have your personal hat when you walk back into the break, you know, into the, you know, place. It's like, well, when I first start, I'll put it in the drawer and hide it away because, like, I have my hat, you know, on, like, the hanger back there, so I'll switch it out over there really quick. But, I mean, it's like, if you want me to just, like, have the hat on me or something and whatever the fuck, I mean, it's like, fine. I'll just, like, leave in the break room or some shit if it's that fucking big of a deal, which really isn't, because even though she's literally just, like, not there or whatever, she's like, oh, but, you know, you've been seen wearing it or whatever, which who the fuck is, you know, such a stupid narc to fucking think, you know, like, go off about that.
No one's supposed to have any, like, political or social opinion displayed on this person.
Well, there isn't. This is just a bunch of random, this is literally just random, like, punk stuff for the most part. Even the only thing that's...
You're supposed to be neutral when you walk in.
Well, even my work shirt has, like, this band's fucking pin, like, Lost My Blood, so I have a pin there. And also, like, you can't have union pins, too. Like, you know, so there's exceptions to the rule. I mean, but it's just like...
It used to be just, well, the corporation just like, I don't want to get sued by some nut job. You know, they made everything as neutral as possible, nothing whatsoever, you know, so it's kind of obviously back now where you can do a certain amount of expression. But, you know, they say you can say this but not that, then pretty soon they get sued, you know, just like nothing.
Yeah, because they rather protect their own ass.
Yeah, just like, you know, not that it's bullshit, and it is bullshit, you know.
I mean, I don't disagree necessarily, because I do think this whole weird, like...
Getting real radical, but, you know, we're supposed to have a uniform, you know, but you come to work in as long as you have your, like, whatever uniform on for work.
Which I do.
You know?
Like, I mean, it's not like I ain't, you know, fucking everything off or whatever the fuck. I mean, it's just like, yeah, maybe once I take my last break and I come back, I'm still wearing this hat while I'm closing shit up at night. I mean, at that point, does it really fucking matter that much? I mean, it's like, I mean, you're not supposed to have your earbuds on, but all of us do once it's all closed up. I mean, it's like, I even asked her about, like, hey, what if we have Bluetooth? If it's that big of a deal, I'll let everyone know. It's like, hey, our Bluetooth's fine. And she's like, if people complain about it, then I'll draw the line, but if no one does, I'll let it slide. I'm like, okay. So we do have one that we have in the back. You know, we do have one in our little, like, corner in the deli. And, yeah, if we want, one of us will, you know, pop the speaker and we'll bump our stuff.
I have one in and one out.
I always do that. That was always my thing. And it was never a problem.
So I could hear him, the earbud was low enough, but I could barely hear what was going on the earbud. Just kind of like,
sure, yeah.
You know, like,
and also, I mean, during the day, I mean, during the day when I'm helping with customer stuff, I can get it. But, like, once they're closed up, it was never a problem. Like, once they're closing shit up, or, you know, I'm in the back closing the fryers and they're getting, you know, the front closed up, you know, and whoever's closing with me, like, it was never a problem then. But, oh, no, now it's all just, like, the biggest fucking hoopla in the goddamn world. And, oh, my God, dude, I'm just, ugh. Like, tomorrow I'm definitely, exploring some more places. I asked about the dispo, and they do have some positions, but they're like, well, we can't really give you an app until you have your OLCC. And I was like, well, I already got the link for that, so I'm gonna look into it and at least fuck around with that and see what how I can pass that bitch, and bada bing, bada boom. Pay for the fucking license, and there you go.
Or what? Oh, your
marijuana handler's permit.
I think they cover both cannabis and alcohol. Or do you already have your alcohol?
No, not necessarily. I mean, there's like the alcohol's handler's permit, but maybe they're interspliced now because it's like the Oregon whatever the fuck the agencies is. But yeah, it's all tied to the same thing. But yeah, I'm sure it's blended now, but before then, it wasn't. So, but I don't know. I mean, I don't really actually have an alcohol handler's permit. I could sell it because I'm 18 and over, but I can't like serve alcohol at a bar. I don't have that permit. Well, there's different regulations to it. That's the thing. I mean, that's why it's tied with the Oregon something cannabis, whatever the fuck it's called. Like whatever the Oregon Cannabis Regulation Bureau is. Alcohol permit is so easy to get. I used to have it. Oh yeah, I'm sure the alcohol permit is pretty easy. I might do it just to maybe honestly bar back for some of these bars that I go to sometimes. I'll be like, hey, you want me to bar back for Duff's or for Wichita or whatever the fuck? I want to give a shit. There's also, yeah, but at least when it comes to the cannabis permit, I don't know if it's easy or hard, but I imagine it ain't too difficult. I'll just do my research, and then when I'm ready to take tests, I'll do it and apply for the app. Easy peasy. Hard times. Oh, I read that. Alcohol permit is easy. Yeah, okay. So I'll make sure I was all caught up. Yeah, I don't know why, but your comment when it says local crust punk, like, I don't know why, but the crust punk thing kind of reminded me of a funny story from Stessfest from this last 4th. I was waiting in line for the bathroom, and some dude's like, oh man, there's like 4 people in line. I was like the next person in line, ready to, after this other person, that was in there. There's like 2 chicks behind me, and then like one other chick just on her phone, just with earbuds in, just kind of just chilling or whatever, not paying attention to shit. And one dude is like, obviously like needs to go, and he's like, oh man, there's 4 people in line, shit. And one of the hosts of the house or whatever is like, oh, if you want, you can just go behind one of those bushes, whatever. And he's like, wait, really? And she's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. He's like, all right, if you're saying it's okay, fine. And he just ran over to one of those bushes that she kind of did that over yonder kind of style, like. And then those 2 chicks are like, look, I know we're punks, but geez, we should at least have some hygienic standards. And I looked over, it's like, hey, I'm a crust punk, and even I got my standards. I mean, I like to try to keep my mane nice and intact. I mean, got nice pins. I mean, my jacket might look crusty, but I still try to keep it a little, a little refreshed and stuff. It's like, even us crust punks got standards. And they're just like, right? And just had a little joke about it, because it's like, it's like, yeah, goddamn, it's like, we're punks and even crust punks sometimes, but shit, like, we gotta have some standards, Like, it's like, shit. It ain't like the 90s where you could just, like, we ain't like G.G. Allen where you can just sort of shit at the crowd or whatever, We ain't G.G. Allen status. It's like, unless we're at a G.G. Allen show, like, like, let's at least get some standards down. You know what I mean? It's like, good lord. I don't know why, but I don't know why that crossbar thing made me bring that, just think of that, but it was, it was just kind of a funny little interaction. Didn't see him after that. Like, once I, got out, they both went in there, so I don't know what they were doing. I can imagine maybe. I mean, it's like, it's in a porta potty, so a little hypocrisy on the standards thing, I think, but whatever, I don't know. But I never saw him since, so I was going to chat him up a little bit, actually, because I thought they were kind of funny, and, but, whatever, who gives a shit? I just hope they understood the standards aspect and just didn't do anything in there. Because, bruh, that would be some crust punk shit right there. Like, some straight up crusty crust punk shit. Do it in the porta potty, like, bruh. I just straight hope the fuck that didn't happen. I mean, knowing, god damn it probably at least happened a little bit. I will admit, despite it being like literally in the middle of like the heat of that sun, surprisingly, it was not a oven. It was not that hot. It wasn't even fumigating with like the funk or nothing. It was actually like one of the weirdly enough, one of the better porta potties I've been into. Which I think validates the whole standards thing, despite some of the hypocrisy sometimes. But you know what? At least punks kind of own it. To be honest, I mean, I'll at least grant that. I don't think I'll at least see him cash his last bone lap here. Have it loaded up. Thinking myself food. Just thinking about what food I should get. Got some pizzas. Bought some Red Barons earlier. Got some burritos with some Tabasco sauce I can douse in and enjoy with them. Decisions. What about reverse crust punks? Punks who showers often silent, but we're only to find a strip. Drip punks. Bougie punks. Drip punks. Bougie punks. Hygienic punks. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like the ultimate title for that should go to Tyler. Like he should be the one to ordain that. Like he should be the one to crown that title for what that type of punk should be called. It can't really go to me. So, I think drip punk would be a little too cringe for him, so I don't think it would take that. But that would be my thing, drip punk. Punk with a little drip. He does have the drip for it. That's true. He usually just kind of goes in his t-shirts and metal tees and yeah. I just went to, dude, man, I love Tyler, but he needs to kind of upgrade on the drip. Look, I might wear some tees, but I got a little extra shit, a little flavor to add to it, man. Dude, he needs a little flavor. He needs an extra flavor. He needs like a cool battle vest or a jacket or something. He can't just go for the old tease and whatever the fuck. Oh my god, dude, we need it. We need to get him on this fashion arc. My trip is pretty bad also. I don't know. It's just like casual. I mean, I guess Tyler's the same way, but I mean, just I don't know. He needs to get a slight upgrade. But the casual drip kind of works for you, so I don't know. I mean, there's nothing really to really complain or anything, honestly. So. I love that little silly mutt has just been passed out in that laundry room the entire time. We could give a little hello to him. See what he's doing in there. See what he's doing in there. Probably just passed right the fuck out. Oops, my bad. I accidentally clicked the button. Oh, you're not passed out. Oh, you're just. Oh, well, you're being Stretch Boy. Stretch Boy! Oh, hello! Oh, hello, buddy. Oh, you just love those little head screechies. Little pup. Oh, look at that little face. Oh my god, that face. Oh, look. Oh, how dare you? You're a little big butt. You big butt. Oh my lord, the stretchiness. Why did UP always make them seem better than they are? Champ credit Waltz and Harris for burning down the Minneapolis precinct base. What the fuck? What? Nah, dude. What the fuck, dude? They're also saying that like Tim Waltz is like basically the equivalent of Mao or some shit. It's like, bruh, dude, these fucking weirdos, man, are just they. Like, I mean, I get that, like, you know, this bipartisan politic bullshit, like, FUBA absurdity is just, like, you know, brain rotted so many Americans. Lamau! No! Stop, man. I was about to go and somebody did that. No! Oh, dude. Did you see Trump, you know, share that AI image of Kamala looking like she's like, you know, basically at like a Lenin rally or some shit? Oh my god. If you haven't, I need to find it after this and share it to you. Holy shit. It is fire, bro. Oh my god. Dude, I don't know if you've seen it. It is the most god tier shit in the world. Oh my god. I'll screen cap it if I can find it and then send it to you because, oh my god, dude, it's the most hilarious thing. Dude, it's amazing, bro. Top tier shit. Like, I love how, because, like, the most basic, bare minimal that the Democratic Party should be represented as, they're now basically treating it like it's basically like Maoism, Pol Potism, Stalinism, like this Soviet Union is coming back, communism is in full force. It's like, bruh. It's like holy shit. Unintentionally based Babylon B. DNC colors Chicago silver red to celebrate abortion. Colors the river red, dude. Oh my god. How's the GOP bad at attacks? You know, I feel like there was a point in time where they actually used to kind of get a good jab here and there. But like now, dude, it's bunk. Oh my god, bro. This is just, I love it. I kind of hate it, but I love it. Wow. Let the eagle soar. But anyway, at least I call it good for now. Get myself some food. And also, I'll find that thing for you, Rip. Because, dude, it's hilarious. I think there's been a few things out there, too. But I'll at least find the one that I know, and I want to share it to you. But anyway, let's call it good for now. So, everybody's over now. Get some food and all that shit. So,